I gifted my wife Vegas. The first voicemail still echoes in my head. Baby, please, please pick up. I'm sorry, I'll do anything. Her voice, slurred, cracked, frantic. I didn't listen to all 160 messages. I didn't need to. They all began the same way. Pleading, begging, promises she could never keep. When I woke that morning, my phone looked like a crime scene. Missed calls stacked in red, her name flashing again and again, her friends using their numbers as if rotating lifelines could save her from drowning. I didn't answer. Instead, I sat in silence. A coffee untouched on the counter. The city outside my window too loud, too alive, mocking the quiet in me. I should have felt rage or grief, but there was only stillness, like a switch flipped, cutting power to everything I once thought I knew. I had already spoken my truth the night before, in front of her friends, in front of the laughter, in front of her humiliation staged as comedy. I ended it with a single sentence that gutted her more than any raised hand or screaming match ever could. Now the aftermath played out exactly as I calculated. She had nothing left. It started with a gift. My mistake was believing gifts meant anything to her anymore. Vegas, a weekend, helicopter tour, a steakhouse she'd whispered about months ago as though it were some buried dream. I planned it down to the hour, booked it as if arranging evidence in a case I needed to win. But that night, under the sharp light of her friend's roast, she turned it into a weapon. I can still hear her voice, drunk, sharp as broken glass. This desperate man thinks buying me shit makes him special. He treats me like his little purse dog. Her friends howled, high-pitched jackals feeding off the spectacle. She waved my gift, helicopter passes, like they were scraps from a street vendor. My ex took me on private jets, she sneered. One of them shouted, "Girl, just dump him already." And she laughed. God, she laughed. I didn't move, didn't blink. I only felt the room tilt, like the floor itself wanted me to fall. That was the night I stopped being her husband. That was the night I became her reckoning. I didn't rage. I didn't storm out. I simply stood, took the mic, gave her back the cruelty carved sharper than she ever expected. Actually, you're right. Dogs are loyal. You're more like a parasite. The laughter died. Silence bloomed. She blinked, unsure if I was serious, unsure if the ground beneath her heels had cracked. "And I bet you'll crawl back on your knees," I said. Then I left, canceled everything. But I didn't stop there. The truth had been circling me for months. Her late nights, the perfume that wasn't hers, the private smiles she thought I didn't see. I wasn't blind. I was patient. I checked her phone records, quietly. Patterns emerged, numbers saved under women's names that weren't women, short calls before long absences. I called a friend at a law firm, discreet. He pulled financial traces, small transfers, unaccounted cash, hidden accounts, and then an unfamiliar hotel charge on a shared card she thought I never checked. Piece by piece, the picture assembled itself. Not with fury, but with precision. She wasn't just mocking me publicly, she was living a double life privately, and I let her, until I didn't. The evidence landed in my hands like a loaded weapon. Phone logs, hotel receipts, even a photo, a blurry capture from a security feed. Her with him. Not the faceless ex she bragged about, another man entirely. I didn't throw it in her face. I waited. The next morning, she stumbled into the apartment, makeup smeared, laughter from the roast still clinging to her clothes. I placed the folder on the counter, said nothing. She opened it, page by page. Her breath caught, hands shook, the color drained from her. Her voice finally broke the silence. I can explain." I stared at her, calm, detached, like a surgeon about to cut. "No, you can't." That was all I said, and it was enough. I didn't scream. I didn't throw things. I did what she never expected. I canceled her cards, froze her accounts, cut every access point she had to me, to my resources, to the life she leached off without gratitude. That roast, that laughter, it was the last performance she'd ever give at my expense. When she reached for her phone, I slid it away. "You'll find nothing left," I told her. Her face crumbled. The arrogance drained. For the first time in years, she looked small, powerless. She begged, "Please don't do this. I was drunk. I didn't mean it. I'll change. I'll do anything." I watched her collapse under the weight of her own desperation. And then I walked away. Not a word more, not a glance back. Now the voicemails flood in. Promises, apologies, bargains. They mean nothing. I sit in silence, coffee still cold, phone still buzzing, while she drowns in the emptiness she built for herself. There's no satisfaction, no victory dance, only clarity. For years, she mistook my love for weakness, my gifts for chains, my silence for submission. Last night, she learned the truth. I was never her dog. I was the hand that fed her, and I am the hand that let go.